All right, what I've got here is a drawing that I downloaded from the internet for demonstration purposes, and I'm going to show you how to trace your drawing in Illustrator using the pen tool. So how does it work? Pen tool's right here. Long press, I get this contextual menu. Select, I want to make sure I've got this pen tool showing. With the pen tool, I can click and draw a shape by clicking between points, finishing at the last point always. You saw that was with this, I came up with a 0. That's how you know that you're closing your shape, when you're getting a 0. If I just click without doing anything else, I get straight lines. But if I click and drag with my mouse, I get curves. So that's something to keep in mind. Curves can always be changed later using the direct selection tool. So, and points as well for that matter. So with the direct selection tool, the white arrow, once I've drawn my shape, I can click on a point to move it. And I can click on these handles to change my curves. I can also click, if I come all the way to the point, I get rid of the curve and I go back to a straight line. If I want to add a curve to something that is a straight line, I need to actually come to the second anchor point tool, click on my point and drag, and then I have a curve again. If you can't see these handles, you need to go to View and make sure that you've got Show Edges on. So right now, if I hide the edges, and I go to my white arrow, see that when I click on the point, nothing shows up. That's not very helpful. So go to Show Edges, and my handles are back, so I can control my curves. Okay, that's the explanation of how the pen tool works. Now in practice, what do? Let's say I want to trace this hand. The first thing I have to do is figure out how many zones of color I'm going to have. So I'm going to show you this very quickly. Roughly speaking, I'm going to decide to do the whole hand is going to be one color. Then I'm going to have the nails on top that are going to be another color. And then I'm going to have the back of this hand, so this part and this part, be a little bit of a darker color to suggest depth. Because I can't do shading in Illustrator the way I would with a drawing. So I have to suggest depth through adding zones of color. So how am I going to do this? Well, let's start with the whole hand. I'm going to do this very, very quickly. There we go. As you go along, you try to figure out how many points do you need for, what's the minimum number of points that you can get away with to get really nice curves? Okay, that was the thing I did carefully. Now I'm going to go fast. Okay. You can see that my drawing looks really strange right now with the color, but I'm not too worried because I know that this is going to solve itself when I close my shape. It's just because until my shape is closed, Illustrator is always trying to make a closed shape for me, so it doesn't really know. It's trying to interpret what I'm trying to do. Here we go. I've got my first shape, my closed shape, which is the hand. Yep. I'm going to remember that I can always change the color of the hand by clicking on the fill, and I can change the outline of the hand by clicking on the stroke, which is also up here in properties. Stroke. I'm going to want it to be, black's okay. Let's leave it black. Let's just make it really thick, like 10 points, so we can really see it. Okay, that's for my hand. Now for the nails, I'm going to draw a separate shape here. Okay, let's do that. And I'm going to change the color of the nails to, let's make it an orange red, yes. Great. Put that on top. And finally, the shade area. So let's do this a bit much. Okay. Okay, like that. Part 1, I'm going to make this a darker blue. So let's go for, you know what, I'm going to use my eyedropper tool here to select this blue. And from there, I'm going to change it to a darker blue. There we go. I actually don't want an outline on this. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. So the outline is transparent and the fill is, or the stroke is transparent, the fill is dark blue. Close enough. And using the same settings, I'm going to do this one. All right. Move that over there. And there you go.